Good Morning Lubbock continues.
The one-year anniversary of Hurricane Harvey unleashing on the Texas coast is really just hours away.
KMAC's Wes Rappaport was there when the storm made landfall last year. He's returned to the coastal bend to check on the progress of the rebuilding efforts.
And Wes is live for us in Rockport this morning. Good morning, Wes.
Hi, good morning, Avery and Alex. Yeah, we have seen some physical progress here. You know, there are some homes that are back on their foundations. There are some people that have moved back into those homes, but there's also a lot of work that still needs to be done here. There are still some folks that don't have basic necessity. They're still struggling to get back on their feet. We took a drive around over the last couple of days, and from what we've seen, it feels like there's construction on nearly every corner. You know, work being done around the clock to get people back in their homes, to get businesses back up and running so that this economy can be fueled again. The mayor in the town of Fulton says the state and the feds have come to the aid of the people here, but there is still a lot more to do.
A lot of places have been rebuilt already. We've gotten a little close to get them open. We've got a lot of homes yet that are still waiting on contractors that we can get in here to do the work. And you're living in the same hole in your life that you feel like you can't dig out of.
And Avery and Alex, I asked the mayor, you know, when do you think things will start to feel normal in this coastal community again? And he said, well, I think that, you know, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think maybe not next year, maybe the year after, things will start to get that new normal. But of course, putting that in perspective, that's 3 years after the storm made landfall here in Rockport and the Fulton area. Coming up later today, we'll talk more about the rebuilding efforts and keep looking at the challenges and successes of these coastal communities. We'll talk about it a little bit right here on KMAC News. Guys.
It's such a process. And Wes, I know personally for you making the trip back, we found you in this same spot about a year ago.
And I'm not sure if you're aware of this fact, but actually the highest wind speed observed was near Rockport at 144 miles per hour during landfall. Wes, take us back. What did that feel like? Because to me, that's an unfathomable wind speed.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know what, that's news that it was 144, but it sure felt like it. I mean, we saw things flying through the air there. And so, you know, taking thinking back on that time, I mean, we lost a wall of our hotel, and that wall has been rebuilt. It hasn't been patched up, but it has been partially rebuilt. So, you know, there is still so much to do here, and even in just the experiences that we've seen with folks, they are so optimistic about this effort. You know, their spirits are not broken, as they, some of them even still look for what, like mattresses, and they're spending all day on their roofs trying to make sure that if something like this were to happen again, that they'll be okay.
I know, Wes, you've gotten to tell a lot of stories of the people of South Texas rebuilding buildings and, like you say, their homes, but also now trying to rebuild the cultural scene there in Rockport and around South Texas. Tell us a little bit about that effort by artists in the area.
Yeah, there's really been this concerted effort to revitalize the art community here. The Rockport Center for the Arts said, look, after this hurricane, we knew that we had to give people something to do besides work on their homes and work on their businesses. So they were trying to revamp the sculpture garden. They got a grant from the Rebuild Texas Fund to do that. They're still hosting local art shows. They're hosting a film festival in November. And so that's just one example of trying to build up that cultural scene again, trying to rebuild and revitalize the art community so that folks have more here than just trying to rebuild those physical things here.
Wes, thank you so much for tracking it. I know we're going to have more right here on KMAC News from Wes down in Rockport throughout the rest of the day. Wes, thanks so much. Well, let's get a quick check on our local weather here in town before we let you go.
Yeah, let's take a quick look.